What's up, crypto gang? Welcome back to another episode. If you guys are brand new here, we hack our crypto education. We also do a giveaway at the beginning of every single episode. And today's winner is Henny Williams. Thanks so much for commenting on the previous video. Henny, you're always there. You're a valuable member of the community. Thank you so much. Just sent you some crypto. And if you guys are brand new here, like, comment about the video, and subscribe for a chance to win on the next episode. Today, I just wanted to sit down and go through Nft.Nyc, the event that I spoke at. I was on a panel of for NFT rewards, talking about grow your base. And I wanted to just talk about some of the trends that I saw at Nft.Nyc. I met amazing people. I went to multiple DeFi gaming meetups, a lot of developers that I was talking to, and there was a lot of really interesting innovations happening. So first and foremost, I think digital art was a huge trend that we're seeing. Very special relationship when it comes to art. My mom was an artist. I spent a lot of my years in school doing art, and I think that it's such an exciting piece for the puzzle when you put artists in the driver's seat of a new space like with NFTs, and a lot of really exciting things coming out at that conference. So for example, I got to meet Josie, who is a well-known artist in the space, and what she's doing is really cutting edge with an application called Artivive, where she has a painting of this really cool gas mask painting that's pretty iconic at this point in the space. You've probably seen it, and it shows on the wall, obviously, with your original or print, and you have your application that you hold up on your mobile device, and it gives you an experience, an AR experience. And bridging those two worlds are something that is very interesting to me, because I feel like a lot of traditional artists are searching for ways to not necessarily sell all their originals, but have prints that are valuable in a digital format and make some money. So this is easily the biggest innovation that's happened for artists in the last 100 years, I think, ever since like the printing press, I guess, because you have the immediate ability to mint these NFTs of your artwork and list them on an exchange or multiple exchanges. You have your super rare, you have your maker's place, you have your known origin, that are platforms that allow artists to get their works out there for collectors. So it even gives you visibility when you're listed on sites like that. And it immediately ports over to OpenSea, which is the largest exchange for collectibles. So you have that group of users as well looking at it. So really exciting for artists to be able to get this level of traction immediately. And that's exciting for me. I'm definitely going to experiment around and show my mom some of this stuff, because she paints in various different formats like landscapes and things like that. So it's really exciting to see a lot of younger people getting in on the ground floor of this kind of digital art revolution. And that was by far what stuck out to me the most, was talking to artists, looking at their work, and just the emphasis on it was really special to me. I think making sure that they're getting recognition for their innovations, like with Josie doing this experiential AR type work. And you had people there that were, very much doing these incredible GIF animations. Every time a new speaker would go up, there would be a new piece of artwork on known origin, super rare, maker's place. And it's just a fantastic time to see all these artists being put first and foremost. So digital art was number one in terms of the trend that I really enjoyed seeing and liked watching that. The next one that I saw was a lot of DeFi. And DeFi is pretty magical. We announced a partnership at Grow Your Base there, where we partnered with Rocket NFT to help us with these loans against NFTs, and we're working with a couple of other people on potentially helping us out with doing more loans against NFTs. So if you have a large portfolio, or if you even have a few items that are worth a large amount and you want to free up some cash, definitely check that out. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can check that out and let me know what your thoughts are about loans against these NFTs, because I feel like this is going to be a big free up of capital in the space, because I was meeting with Crypto Space Commanders while I was there, who's listed on Grow Your Base right now, and they were talking about how Ryan at Crypto Space Commanders, shout out to Ryan, he was literally telling me that there are people with ships on Crypto Space Commanders that have six figures, like $100,000 ships sitting there on the game, and they don't play the game. They are, or they haven't played the game in a very long time. Let's say they just invested to hold. Then you have all these other like rabid, really active players that really could use that ship and would love to have that ship. You run into this situation where somebody doesn't want to let go of the ship. They're holding on to it, and then you have other people that really want the ship, but it's so valuable that they're not going to sell it to anybody. So allowing that person to borrow against it, free up some capital, play around within the game with that capital is really exciting to unlock that and experiment with that. So I think DeFi is big. It's really fascinating watching these flash loans happen, where they're just a flash in the pan. In one transaction, people are making $300,000, $600,000 in ETH, and that was a big topic that I saw a lot of people talking about. Was these amazingly architected different, I guess you could call them hacks, like hackers that are very much programming this eloquent way of exploiting these services in DeFi to the point where they're able to make $250,000 in instantly, almost instantly. So that was a big topic I saw and talked to a few people about that was really exciting. And I think that there was so you have your digital art, DeFi was definitely up there. And the last one was definitely about adoption in gaming. And there was quite a few investors up there, like Michael Turpin, some of the big name people that have been in the space for a very long time, that were talking about how more than half of Ethereum transactions are focused on gaming in January. So that month specifically. And there is a lot of speculation around the fact that, with CryptoKitties releasing their own chain called Flow, there's kind of this weird situation where people are loving working on Ethereum, and then you have CryptoKitties that bogged it down entirely, and they're saying like, all right, well, we're building our own because Ethereum can't hold us, essentially our user base. And there was a really kind of fascinating divide that I saw by a lot of developers that were focusing on different chains and things like that. And I was very fixated on Splinterlands. We've been working with them for a while. Fantastic innovations going on there. Shout out to those guys. They've done an incredible job with their marketing and their growth and everything like that. So they are doing great things. And Agrode, one of the developers there, one of the main developers, he told me very eloquently that it starts out siloed. So with the tribalism of all these different blockchains, and everybody just loves theirs. They just are so passionate about their one network that they have a bag holding of. And they're basically in a silo. So you have all these silos going up and down. And now it's the part where we have to build bridges between these silos. And that's one of the most interesting things that I had heard, because, at Grow Your Base, that's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to be tied to one network. We're trying to work with everybody. EOS, Steam, Ethereum, Tron. We're trying to work with everyone. And I think that is the future. I don't think it's just going to be stuck on one chain. I don't think that that's the case. I love what Cosmos is doing. They were there. I talked to them for a while about their internet of blockchains, essentially. And, I talked to Matic. I talked to Crypto Motors, which was great because we just launched their campaign. Avastars, Jim from Avastars is definitely seen as a big thought leader, and it was great to meet him in person, from one entrepreneur to another, seeing that he's actually moving the ball forward. And we're going to get him on the show here relatively soon, so I don't want to talk too much about it. I want to let him go on there and, go on here and talk about it much more. But I think that in terms of what's going on in the space, there's a lot of movement, and it's very apparent. It's very clear that there's a lot of collaborations going on. A lot of people are very open to working with each other, which is a great sign. A lot of very young people in the space that are coming in that have, they haven't necessarily started companies before, but they're just getting started in this space, which is always exciting to see, because something will happen, something will trigger an innovation that they're building on or with. And I think that overall, between the digital art, the DeFi, and the gaming aspect, there's a very, very bright future coming in the next 2 years for NFTs. I think it's very validated at this point when you have big players like Star Trek partnering with Crypto Space Commanders, and you have these, Fortune 100 companies working with consultants, on stage. On the panel that I was on there with Dapper Labs, a company called Roll that I hadn't heard of before, and Tao Investments, or Tao Consulting. They are basically working with enterprise like JP Morgan and these huge companies on implementing blockchain. And that to me was a huge signal that this space is about to explode, when you have these companies working with consultants, kind of staying in the background, putting their feet in, feeling out like, okay, are NFTs going to work for identification? Are they going to work for memberships? How are we going to give people access to these new NFTs through our business model that already exists? And when you deal with that level of adoption on the business end, you're getting access to that community and that user base and that customer base. Like it's an immense opportunity to be working with companies like that. So I was really excited to see that. I talked to Beiser there for quite a while about what they were doing with their companies that they were consulting with, and very, very exciting. So that's kind of my high level overview. Shout out to Cameron, who threw NFT today. It was a lot of fun. I got to meet so many people at the meetups, and so many people. And I'm really excited to see Decentraland rolling out. And a lot of the feedback that I've been getting on it is it's pretty positive so far. Met people that were working in districts there. District X within Decentraland was great. Met one of the developers, Trillist from CryptoVoxels. It was fantastic. And met the Axie Infinity team, which was great. Love that game. It's so fantastic. And we have it on Grow Your Base right now. I was really pumped to release that. And there's just so many smart people that are developing great things in the space. And I'm pumped to just be part of it, and to be able to talk about Grow Your Base and focus on education. I think that everyone there that I brought up saying that Grow Your Base is an educational platform, everyone got it immediately. They all wanted to be part of it. They all wanted to have their users learn more about their project, and just allow people to really educate themselves on what they were doing. So that is it for my overview of Nft.Nyc. If you guys are brand new to the channel where we hack our crypto education, definitely hit that like button. It helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're going to be doing a lot more type of NFT content, a lot of interviews coming in the near future. So definitely smash that subscribe button, and all the links will be in the description below, so you guys can go check out various different projects. Also grow your base and earn some of these NFTs by going through some simple assignments. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Hack Crypto.